Hey guys, welcome back to Spooky Island, and today we have a few things to talk about. Now, there's two topics I want to cover today. One being to do with the potential, or kind of confirmed now, return of Matt Lanter's Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars, and also we have a lot of news to do with a Battlefront 3. Now, some leaks that have appeared over the past few days which haven't been debugged as of yet to whether they are false. So let's get started. So let's start with Matt Lanter's Clone Wars says he will be returning. You'll see Anakin again, the actor tells EW in a recent interview. Let's get rid of that so I don't get copyrighted. Well, Anakin Skywalker will return in live action form in the way of Hayden Christensen, we already know, in the Obi-Wan series. The Clone Wars voice actor Matt Lanter, if you don't know who he is, he voices, obviously, Anakin. He has done since the very first episode of Clone Wars. He also done some for Rebels as well, in the couple of lines that Darth Vader spoke in Rebels. Then also shared with EW during an interview for Jupiter's Legacy on the has been quietly working on some projects for Lucasfilm Animation after Clone Wars concluded with its series finale last year. So he says there's some new Lucasfilm animation going on. Now, obviously, this is something he should be saying, and he'll probably get in trouble for this. But the fact that he's actually confirmed this could be, could be Bad Batch Season 2. He could even appear in Bad Batch, but the fact that there's already some new Lucasfilm animation going on could either confirm to a Season 2 of Bad Batch rather than the current season, or even the fact that he's talking about Anakin rather than him voicing Darth Vader or him voicing someone else in Star Wars means that it could definitely be some unfinished Clone Wars episodes that everybody has been wanting after Season 7 has finished. Maybe like a spin-off series or some unfinished episodes they decide to do in like a short form. It says, I've been a part of some good things I can't talk about yet. You'll see Anakin again. So yeah, as he's actually said here, you will see Anakin again. Now, by the time, the logic of the timeline, this would have to be anything up until Order 66, and I guess it could be afterwards, but whether they'll toy with that because of what they had in the films. So it obviously will probably be before Order 66, because I think they will leave that alone. I'm guessing they're going to go into the Bad Batch spin-off, which, shout out to Disney Plus, premiering on May the 4th. But my potential looks at this is probably you're looking at the highest chances probably some unfinished maybe episodes to do with Anakin, and maybe to do with AHSOKA, or maybe to do with other characters that will have Anakin in, because he said he's been a part of animation going on. This could also be, maybe it's a bit of a stretch, but maybe animation to do with Battlefront 3, which we'll talk about, which is a bit of a stretch. Maybe him voicing voice lines like he did for Battlefront 2. But I guess we'll see. Now, yeah, good guess is that he will have a cameo or a lengthy appearance in the Bad Batch as Anakin. Obviously, depends where this will pick up, and I'm guessing it will go into 66, what happens with them, which will be very cool to see. This series, The Clone Wars, will premiere May 4th, which we know. It focuses on Clone Force 99, and it also has Mei Ming Wang's character Fennec from The Mandalorian, which is very good to know. The 7th and final episode was a welcome surprise to the cast and crew as they met. They had multiple cancellations scheduled over the years, but the creative day following AHSOKA, Lucas, Padawan, and Fly got the chance to wrap up the show when they wanted. The season finale didn't come as much as a shock as that first time, because the first time we felt we didn't get to finish it. If you don't know the full story about Clone Wars, it's basically, I believe 1 to 5 was done back to back, and then the reasoning because it stopped abruptly is because of I believe the rights that Disney bought Lucasfilm, and I believe it was with Cartoon Network at the time, and there was some complications there, so they had to stop it, and then they managed to bring it back. I believe Netflix helped it out, or it was Disney through Netflix, and then they had it on Netflix, season 6, and then they confirmed that was going to be the last season, and then season 7, obviously, a good few years later came out, and that's how they wanted to finish it, which is still, like, going back to watching season 6, the amount of episodes that led up to Order 66, and the fact that they had so much, like, going into what was to come, and then they had to end it. Maybe one day they thought that they could maybe get it back, but anyway, this is just them talking about the fact that they really did want to finish it off. And actually, Eckstein is another superstar amongst Star Wars fandom who was Ahsoka Tano, previously teasing to EW she will always be able to reprise her role when needed, and now portrays the character in live action form for the new Ahsoka series. I do wonder about Ahsoka's journey. She had said, in my hopes and dreams, the show is just Ahsoka's ending for the Clone Wars. She's such a beautiful character, epic ending, incredible ending, one that feels this character truly deserves. I completely agree, and continues to get the stories no matter the medium, whether it's animation, film or television or books or video games. So that is all we really have right now. But going back to this quickly before we move on to Battlefront 3, I believe it could definitely be a cameo, like they have said here, for Bad Batch. I think that's the smallest, not the smallest thing, but the best guess is that it will be, and that he's obviously been working on that right now, and the reason he has said that is because Bad Batch is already ongoing, and it's not like secret, it's not been revealed yet, if you know what I mean. So that could be the least of what we get. He could appear in that. The most is probably some unseen or unfinished animated episodes of Clone Wars, which whether they will do I'm not sure. Could also be tied into Battlefront 3, which is a bit of a stretch, but there's not really much you could do for, like, there's not really many guesses, because it's Anakin, it's not Ahsoka, or it's not Obi-Wan, or it's not Yoda, who we know appears later on, because obviously you only have up until Order 66, a little bit afterwards, and then he turns into Vader. So yeah, I guess we will see. Maybe we'll get an animated form of the fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan. Who knows? But my best guess is that it will probably be a cameo for Bad Batch, and the best thing we could hope for is maybe some unseen episodes. But anyway, moving on to Battlefront 3 Elite, which is very exciting. Okay, so moving on to, let's just close this, here we go. Moving on to, why is this being cut off for? Let me just check what this says real quick. So, this says, Star Wars Battlefront 3 Elite reportedly reveals its first look at game. Okay, so this article is everything we need to know. So, a new look has reportedly been revealed at our first Star Wars Battlefront 3. Our first look of Star Wars Battlefront 3, which has been in and out of the rumours for the past year. I think it's probably been longer than that, but since anything hasn't been announced by DICE or EA, unfortunately the leak itself isn't as expected as a first look suggests, as it doesn't reveal any gameplay, characters or anything very substantial. Rather it's just our first supposed look at the game's maps or more specifically, is Coruscant map, which is obviously the one of the planets from Return of the Jedi. So, this is the picture we have right here. As you can see, it's not the best image. See if I can get a better image for you guys here. It's not really much of a better image. Okay, there we go, that's better. We zoom in. So, we can see here, this is what looks to be a first look of the Coruscant map. As the thing that intrigues me about it the most is this looks like to be a in-game like dev creator, a map creator or game creator that looks like it's an in-engine program, which is why it has these tabs up here, which means if this was legit, it would make sense because of the fact that only people who work at EA and DICE have access to this. And obviously if this was like a fake leak, then obviously yes, you could add this in and you can make it look like it's been taken off of a phone, like it looks like it has been. But the fact that you have you can see the different layers of where stuff would be. So you have the green, the purple, and then like the red areas, which could be animated stuff, etc. Stuff that requires a little bit more detail. But this is very interesting. I'll come back to this in a sec. But it's interesting because it's a map that we haven't had yet, and it's a map that we definitely would want for Battlefront 3. But anyway, I'll come back to that in a sec. So, unfortunately, the leak is in question doesn't reveal how the map looks in game. It reveals a piece of Shona skyline, which you can see here, is very much in development, as you can be seen here. That said, while the image itself is slightly underwhelming, it accompanies by some more details. So let's get to those new details. There's also some more stuff we have. So, according to this leaker, he's also revealed the game will be marketed alongside the Coruscant map, which is obviously this map here. We have marketed alongside the Coruscant map and AHSOKA, similarly, can't say that word, to how Battlefront 2 was marketed with Maul and Naboo, and Battlefront with AT-AT and Hoth. So they've also adding to this particular point, the leaker has claimed that AHSOKA will be based on her appearance in The Mandalorian, with Rosario Dawson doing the voice work. Now, a few things here. Firstly, if they were to do Battlefront 3, I think the best character you could get to market that game is 100% AHSOKA by far. I think it would definitely either be AHSOKA or Mando is first and second. And I think if you do Mando, you get a lot of hardcore Star Wars fans along with the fans that have just come in with Mando. If you do AHSOKA, you get all the hardcore fans, all the Rebels fans, all the Clone Wars fans, and all the Mando fans because of AHSOKA. So by far, because of how much of a big missed opportunity she was for Clone Wars? No. For Battlefront 2, my bad. She would definitely be the front runner for marketing, which this doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, moving on, the fact that I know I've seen people have been a little bit disappointed with this, and I'm a little bit, but there could be some good here, because obviously the leaker said that the AHSOKA will be based on the Mandalorian look. Now, if you ask me, I think this could be a potential for two different things. This could be a potential of a little bit of a disappointment for EA to just do her Mando look because she's the most, not relevant, but because she is in live action form and there's more people that watch Mando now, and more people, and I like not because it's more popular, but because I guess it would be easier for them to do a live action character in there that way, if you get what I'm saying, than to do a anime character. I can't, I don't know. It seems, it doesn't seem right for them to do it. But this is my second point. I think is very likely is that if this is legit, I think this is highly likely to be one of maybe even 3 appearances she will have in the game. Because if you think about it, she has been the biggest missed opportunity for Battlefront 2. They even had her in development, as we know, alongside Venturous. Would you just do, because by far when Battlefront 2 was being developed, Mando Season 2 wasn't out, so she wasn't in live action yet, which means when they were developing her, she was by far going to be, she was obviously going to be Clone Wars or Rebels. I'm pretty sure she was going to be Clone Wars. So that means they know that's what the fans wanted. So why would they just go for Mando look voiced by Rosario Dawson, unless they really are trying to double down on that's the future of Ahsoka, which could be a possibility, like I was saying. But I think it's more likely for them that they're going to be doing more than one appearance for her, and then have Rosario voice Mando's look, and then if they do Rebels or Clone Wars Ahsoka, then that will be voiced by Ashley Eckstein, who has the different skin variants like they did similarly to Han and Lando, voiced by Donald Glover, and obviously the different skins they had as well for the 2 characters. So that is a possibility, and it's not impossible for them to do more than one look, and I think she's probably the character who deserves it the most, because she has like different generations and different looks. So I wouldn't worry too much about this. It is a little bit concerning, the fact that if this is her only appearance, then obviously that's the way they're going to do it. But I would keep an open mind right now. If you're worried that this is going to be her only skin, that, or her only look, that it could be an update down the line, a year to come, from when Battlefront 3 comes out for a Clone Wars appearance. It could be, I don't know, when an animated series for Lucasfilm comes out. We don't know. And if this is the only thing they have for Ahsoka, then obviously we'll take it. We're so glad to have her in the show anyway, in the game anyway, my bad. But we will just have to wait and see. Moving on. The final leak also confirms, or not also confirms, also suggests that there will be, following the return of co-op mode, but it will be reducing XP gain, which I know a lot of people have said that it is an easy way to level up your characters, and a very easy way to like level up your weapons and obviously heroes, which I agree with, which I'm kind of glad this is getting, because I didn't play much of it, to be fair. Also, we have a reworked version of the star card system, which I very much would like, because I think that will refresh that kind of set from the first couple of games, and it wasn't really best with the microtransactions and stuff it had at the start and etc. So I think that could definitely use a rework, a new loadout system, which is always good to have, keeps the game fresh, and a merge of Starfighter Assault and Galactic Assault, which is the ground to space battle, which everybody wanted, and for them to do, or to them to have access to next gen, is basically a no-brainer. So I believe all this information comes from an anonymous source. If we click on this anonymous source, it comes to literally the Reddit that it was taken from. A new loadout system will be added 1 to 3, and that is everything, I believe. see what the comments are saying. This pic looks very, so I believe this is, no, that is, okay, straight out, okay, that's very funny. Anyway, let's see, a realistic no source leak. You're not real man. Okay, anyway. Not sure if I want to completely replace next time. I agree. Anyway, let's move away from that. Get one last look at this. But what I was saying is the fact that they do have the different layers. Which seems like a lot of work for people to go through if it wasn't legit, if you see what I mean. Because you could do a lot simpler here and still make it look good and look legit. So anyway, that is all we have for today. Some big news and big leaks and big rumours going up right now, and anything doesn't fold, then I will let you guys know on this channel. But anyway, stay safe, have a good day, thank you guys for watching, peace out.